Welcome to this edition of On the Road. It's Brett here. I'm at North Point Church right now in Georgia, and have had just an amazing time here with the guys. I have never been here before. Crazy. We've worked with 50 of the largest churches in the country, and I've actually never made it here. So it's kind of fun. I'll take you inside in just a second, give you a little tour so you could have kind of that little road trip that I never saw it inside actually. But my road trip started in what was Oregon, where I went to go visit Daniel Fusco at a Calvary Chapel church, one of the top 10 Calvary Chapel churches in the country. Started about 30 years ago, but it just took over by a young guy named Daniel Fusco, who is New Jerseyan, but he's got dreadlocks and he's a young guy and just, an amazing up-and-comer. We get a chance to work with churches like this, but then churches like that with just a really cool young kid, social media nutso. But we're doing with them, it looks like we're going to be helping them produce what is a new kind of church service called a conversation service, which is the best of a weekend service mashed with a small group. It's shot in the round, the worship is in the round, and it's captured in a way that is designed to be weekend service in and of itself. It's no longer traditional. It's no longer contemporary. This one is the next gen. It's called a conversational. We're doing it with a bunch of churches. I'm very, very excited about it to do it with this guy because he lands right on his feet. So he nails the message, preparing for it, and then he teaches it around. It's kind of a TNT. It's no longer a monologue. It's a dialogue. Folks don't want another sermon, they want a conversation. But that's with Daniel, and we're going to be doing, looks like some campaign curriculum and a kind of a church-wide campaign with them, which I'm really excited about. He's amazing. Then second is I'm out with Pastor Dennis and Olin at a church just down the street here, and their church is called Victory World Church, and it's a church that's about 25 years old. They're running about 8,000. It's just, 16,000. It's just, they were at 8,000 just a few years ago. It's just taken off. The worship experience that I had last night was just unbelievable. It was unplugged. And it's primarily an African-American church, but it's got 129, different nationalities in it, countries represented. And we're going to be helping them, do a variety, same kind of curriculum and campaign based a 10 value series they're doing. His wife is doing kind of a women's ministry initiative. Maybe we talked about doing a reconciliation series, racial reconciliation, where on the stage they could pull in people of all different ethnicities, and pastor and the co-pastor could go ahead and just do a jam session together and do this kind of teaching in the round. So our number one curriculum format now is being able to do curriculum in the round, but that one just sounds like so much fun. But he's got a bunch of life messages, and he's been preaching for a long time. Got an amazing staff. The church is super contemporary and progressive. I was really inspired. And we went out for a little Cuban food afterwards in this little cafe place that had this jam session music. It was actually so much fun. But then I was with Joel Hunter a couple days ago, and with Joel, what I was able to do, I'm gonna walk inside here, kind of get this going.
This crosswalk in the middle.
Inside the lobby here at North Point. Like I said, I've never been here before, so it was really kind of fun being able to see this. So what I was able to do is work with Joel Hunter at a church called Northland Church, a church distributed. It has a really unique model. It's really kind of fascinating. And so we're doing 4 different curriculum with them that all align with the weekend. Also introduced the conversation service strategy to Joel, and he's thinking about flipping over one of the lighter attended services that'll still have about 50 people on the stage and then have 500, 1,500, whatever. It's actually a legit service that we capture in the round, use it for curriculum. But also use it for the content for a microsite that is kind of the next gen, we believe, off multi-site, kind of that's an exponential model. It's not 10x, but it's 100x. Longer story on that one. But we also did leader training with those guys. So they brought in a bunch of small group leaders, and we're putting kind of a standardized, timeless leader training together for churches now, and that's what we're doing with Northland. But Joel Hunter was he was the chaplain, not chaplain, but he was a private chaplain for President Obama for 8 years. He wrote a daily video devotion for him. He's just an amazing guy, statesman-like guy, and just really, really enjoying our connection with them. And then later today, I'm going to Elizabeth Baptist Church with what is Craig Oliver, Dr. Craig Oliver. I wanted to work with these guys forever. All these churches I'm describing are multi-site churches, and they've got 6 different campuses. It's really fun to see what they're doing over at Craig's place. But I'm meeting with them and their team, going to lunch, and then we're going to just talk about, maybe doing some stuff together. Everybody's trying to figure out how to do books and curriculum and get the rest of the congregation connected. Just an amazing kind of a road trip. I'm really thrilled about it, just finishing up and about ready to head on home here in just a flash. But thanks for taking a minute. Just give you a little update on the road. If where you guys are at, or kind of a place that you're kind of thinking about something maybe for the new year, you'll see some of the things below and some of the new deals that we're doing. But I thought I'd just give you a little taste of what God's doing here. I'm going to walk you down and walk you into the service. I was just in their bookstore. They got a bookstore here, and he's got all of his curriculum lined up. It's really kind of fun. I don't know if they'll let me in the service. I'm hoping so. There's a little studio that they've got where it's kind of a welcome.
Partner next to them, and that we would be your hands, your feet, and your heart, God, as we seek to be great.
Okay, I gotta go. See ya.